I make bat houses, owl houses, wood duck houses, all different types. Bird feeders, squirrel feeders. Probably made 500 if not more. Once I got back from Vietnam, I guess it was in the 70s, I started working with wood, and I stress quality. I make them out of cedar wood, which is a rot resistant wood. I have a little ladder on most of them. You want to put a decent bead. I glue them and nail them and screw them together. Just want to make sure everything is lined up good, and I usually put a couple brad nails. I try to keep them all natural looking. Some I stain, some I don't. All these pieces here I'll use for different things. There's a little outhouse there. I do quite well selling the outhouses. This one here, it's got the roll of toilet paper on it. And the drawer opens up to clean out. The upside down house up there, sold about 4 of those just in the last month. Squirrels sometimes like to get up on the house and start eating around or chewing around the hole, and this metal piece will prevent them from actually getting into the birdhouses and eating the eggs. I don't really enjoy making the same birdhouse over and over again. I'll add different trim pieces to it, but each house is unique by itself.
We are El Corazón de Mexico, which means the heart of Mexico. We're a folkloric dance group. We do dances from the various states of Mexico. There's 31 states and 1 federal district, and each state has its own style of music, its own style of costume, and its own style of dance.
I just fell in love with it.
When she decided to do it, we just wanted to support her, because this is way better than being at home playing video games.
I think it's really important because once people come to America, they kind of lose their culture. So it's nice to have something that keeps that living in families.
Some of the costumes are very full and have lots of ribbons and bright colors.
I like it. I wear the color maroon.
It's amazing. The different costumes that they have for the different states of Mexico are just beautiful.
They're like surprised whenever we like swirl our skirts.
When they're doing their spinnings, it's amazing to watch. It's beautiful.
I personally like it. If it's natural, yeah, from Mexico.
It helps me keep my culture alive because I can show other people different parts of my culture, because when people hear Mexican, they mainly think of food. I just really like the style of the dancing. It like the culture of it. It feels really good.
It's just like fun being with the girls, like the teachers.
So we actually wear special shoes for our dancing.
They're kind of like tap shoes, and we have nails in the heel and the toe.
The nails, they make them louder. A lot of people like it. Like me, when I first got into the dance group, I immediately knew this was what I wanted to do because of it.
The steps are pretty defined when we dance, and the nails kind of enhance the sound of each step.
This kind of dancing, Mexican folklorico dancing, kind of where the heart is, right? And that's where everything originated for us. And so for me, I just love dancing. The amount of male dancers has increased.
I just like the feeling of being in a group, especially one that represents my culture.
That's what I love, is that we all can go on our own lives, but we can still come back and have a home to come to.
It's family, so it's really family.
Oh, it's a fine day to be restoring a statue in Marblehead. Ooh, it's cold here. I am such a Florida freeze baby. I'm only going to work in the spring and the fall because the summers are too busy and the winters are too cold. You have to do something in your life, and you got to make a difference. Why does stuff like this, for part of a sweet past that this place had, why does it have to go away? So I'm going to try and make the effort to save it. The statue is not in good shape. That's nobody's fault. It just kind of like sat here and existed, and for years people drove by and wondered about it. There's a lot of wear and tear on it through the years, but it's still reasonably sound. what you do is you create these little notches. This is sawed straight, and you leave them rough like this. So when you have the fiberglass molded into it, it's got more surface area, and this acts like a rivet where it can stick. These two twins are the only twins in the world that we know of that are over 30 feet.
The only difference is mine's going to be a bobblehead and his is going to be stationary. My father took the statue down in 1972 from a restaurant in Mansfield, Ohio that was going out of business. And he had planned to put it back up, but having 8 kids, he just never got around to getting it back up. So it's been laying dormant for over 50 years. I knew I wanted to put it back up someday, but I had to wait until I had the time and the money, and I wanted a good theme to put it up. So now I have all 3, and the theme is going to be the world's largest bobblehead.
Can it get any weirder?
All aboard! It's a challenge to find out how to get it to the right perfection to make sure it's going to bobble. Fiberglass patch and foam filament, and just clean it up and put new paint on it. Put this chicken wire over there, and then I'll put the fiberglass and resin on there, and just it'll be as good as new. So yeah, he'll be holding the 2 cheeseburgers and then have the spring and the bobblehead going. As people come into the restaurant, they'll be greeted with it, and plus people from over a mile away coming through the Ohio Valley will be able to see him standing here also.
That nobody builds with foam and chicken wire and fiberglass hand laid up anymore. We're going backward to go forward. When you take on stuff like this, you can't have the mindset that things are too big, because nothing will get done. That's why I'm doing this. It brings a smile to people's face.
We're on top of breaking news. 2 people are dead after a violent overnight crash.
And you can see just how fiery this scene was here. This was what it looked like after a driver slammed into 2 semis going the wrong way on I-75.
Our team is working hard this morning to keep you up to date on what happened. Stephen will show you how to get around that crash. But first, Zainab Shaib live once again at the scene. So Zainab, police just confirmed moments ago both people inside the car getting away from police have died.
That's correct, Tim. You know, I just spoke with TPD that was on the scene. They're working hard out here trying to investigate and what led up to the chase, but I'm going to get out of the way right here, and they did confirm at least 2 people, 1 driver and 1 passenger, is dead from this car chase. Now, I just want you to see this right over here. This is a semi that was involved in this car crash. Now, you can see that it's all burnt up. It was caught on fire, and of course whatever is inside this semi is completely burnt up to a crisp. Now you can see another semi over here right behind it. It was also involved, and you can see a little bit of the remains of the car that was involved in the police chase is just under that Meyer semi. But let me tell you exactly what happened earlier this morning. Now this is on Alexis Road, just on I-75. Now, a police pursuit overnight ended up in a crash on the highway, leaving 2 people dead. Again, a driver and a passenger. The crash ended on I-75 northbound at Alexis Road. Toledo police tell us that they were chasing someone northbound on 75. That driver went through a grassy area near the entrance ramp from Alexis Road and turned around and was driving the wrong way on the highway before crashing into 2 semis. One of those semis, again, caught fire, and the other semi, that semi driver escaped unharmed. The driver who was being chased died, of course, along with another during the crash. Now, again, you can see some of the remains of the car wrapped underneath the semi, the Meyer semi. Now, both drivers of the semi are okay, they're unharmed. Of course, I'm going to continue to stick out here and give you the latest updates as soon as I found out more information. Now, again, I spoke with Toledo police earlier, and they tell me that this road will be blocked for quite some time this morning. This semi that's all burnt up is actually taking up 2 lanes, and they have to wait for ODOT to come out here and take care of the scene as well. Not because of the debris that's left on the road, but more because of the fluid that's leaking. They need to come out here and put some sand out here. But of course, I'm going to give you the updates as soon as I learn more information. But for detours, I'm going to send it over to Steven Jackson. Steven.